हेलो।
Yeah, sure. Please start. A very good morning to all of you. Am I audible? Okay. It's with great pleasure that I welcome Dr. Ajit here. Um, in the current lockdown situation, we are all aware that we get to hear many news about people taking some drastic steps because of depression and the stress that they are undergoing because of the conditions here. So, in light of this, we thought that there has to be, a special session so that people can, get to know. I mean, how to cope with the situations such as this. What actually happens, and I think Dr. Ajit Naik is the perfect person to guide us through and even add more to the present topic that he has. And the youngsters here need the guidance a lot, I would say. And it is my humble request to all the students, because the students, they have that fear, whether it is with respect to their results or placements, or how things are going to move, how the finances are going to be arranged. So all these things are creating a lot of stress for everybody. So that is why we think it is appropriate to have a session. This is a necessity of the of today's times, that we have guidance from experts in this field. And for that, I'm really thankful to Dr. Nayak for readily accepting our request and becoming available for the session here. With this, I wish all the best
Thank you, Dr. Ganesh, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Am I audible to everyone? Okay, thank you. To introduce today's speaker, Dr. Ajit Naik, sir. Dr. Naik is a consultant psychiatrist, certified psychotherapist, and counselor practicing in Pune since last 6 years. He has completed his MD in psychiatry from the most renowned government institute, SET GS Medical College and KEM Hospital, Mumbai. He also did certified psychotherapy course in REBT from Mumbai. Along with handling the patients of variety of psychological problems, he is also a keen academician and has 4 years of teaching experience as an assistant professor in Medical College, Pune. Dr. Naik has 4 research papers in his name in both national and international journals. He has also presented papers in various zonal and national level conferences. Dr. Naik's interest in community psychiatry drives him in increasing awareness, destigmatizing psychological issues in the communities by delivering lectures on stress management, emotional regulations, importance of sleep and sleep management, and positive thinking. Currently, he is the head of the Department of Psychiatry at Symbiosis Medical College for Women and Symbiosis University Hospital and Research Center, Pune. Dr. Ajit Naik likes working passionately with an aim of destigmatization and psychological health of all. This is all about Dr. Ajit Naik, sir. So may I request Dr. Naik to please proceed further for today's session. Thank you.
Am I audible? Am I audible? Hello? So very good morning, everyone. Thank you for the kind introduction. At the outset, prior to going to my webinar slides, I would like to thank Dr. Sonia Singh, who is the principal of Allard College of Pharmacy, Pune, the management of Allard Charitable Trust, Dr. Nalanda Borkar, who is the head of the pharmaceutics at Allard College of Pharmacy, and my best friend, who is your head of the Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, Dr. Ganesh Andare, for providing me this opportunity to interact with you all on this very important topic, which is psychological health and COVID. Friends, in the current situation, the whole world is facing this unexpected coronavirus pandemic infection across the globe. All of us are aware that this particular infection is a physical infection or a physical illness where there are symptoms like fever, tiredness, headache, cough, loss of smell, taste, sometimes difficulties in breathing. But considering the social media, considering the news channels, internet availability today, we all are aware of all these particular symptoms of coronavirus infection. So I am not going to talk about all this today. Today, it is very important that we understand what is bringing its head up in this corona pandemic situation. The personal and social life, which is changed secondary to this corona pandemic, is what we have to now understand is bringing about a lot of psychological issues in the society. What are these issues? These issues are not in the limelight as like the other coronavirus infections or what political situations are going around. They are not that well understood. Therefore, it is very important that we understand them and thereby make an attempt to deal with them. What are these issues? Firstly, the pandemic is spreading fast, and no one ever thought that this particular social change would take place in our lives. We were not prepared. And when this suddenly started flashing in the news, lockdowns were declared, okay, it did make all of us tense and anxious and restless. Okay, there were uncertainties. What will happen in future? What about my job? What about my finances? Right? Uncertainties about future. We were told to go have social isolation, whereby we were restricted at a particular place and were not able to move around, which gave rise to feelings of loneliness. This was found more in those who were stuck at home. They were not able to go to their native place because of sudden stoppage of trains, buses, and they were stuck alone at home. Or those who were in their workplace away from their home, they decided to go and live separately in a separate flat, in order to prevent them getting infection from others. This gave rise to a feeling of loneliness, more in those who are old aged and living without any young adult support with them. They also started feeling lonely. Worrying thoughts about job, finances, future started coming in our mind. All this, along with the social isolation behavior, change behavior, a change routine, led to changes in our sleeping patterns. I get calls from my clients and thereby they say, the doctor, I'm not able to sleep till 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. And then I ask, what do you do till 4 to 5 a.m.? And their answer is about Netflix and Prime videos. Sleeping patterns are changing. The priorities are changing. We are engaging ourselves into different methods of entertainment, whereby we are not following the normal or the prior sleeping pattern, like when we were able to sleep at 10 or 11 at night and get up at 6. Eating habits are changing. Social media use is now getting unrestricted and the movements are getting restricted. At home, on the other side, people living at home may have differences in their opinions, leading to relationship issues. Tense, restlessness, sadness, sleep disturbances leads to self-medications like use of substances like nicotine, alcohol, and other substances also. This all changing scenario can be problematic in future, and therefore it's important that we understand it today and learn how to deal with it. What are the common reactions to this change? Some may have developed fear, some may have developed anxiety. What is the difference between this fear and anxiety? Fear is more towards a particular thing which is known. For example, now that there is coronavirus around, I may get infected with coronavirus infection. There is a fear. Anxiety is about something, or worrying is about something which is not known or which is not there today. For example, about future. What will happen in future, right? So that is anxiety. Some may develop frustration, irritability, impatience. Some may react in a way of sadness, feel low, don't feel like doing anything. So there can be various presentations of these changes in our emotions depending upon person to person. So how to handle it? Therefore, first, I'm going to talk about certain important concepts. These two basic concepts about how our mind functions is what we will first see. Once we see this, then we'll go about how to deal with this. First concept which we are going to talk about is how did our emotions evolve with time? And the second is what are the interconnections between our thoughts, our feelings, and our behaviors. So first, let's see about the evolution of emotions. Friends, Our ancestors, prior to this urbanization, they would live in caves, in jungles. They used to come out of their caves to hunt the animals, gather food, which was very important for survival. So, in order to protect themselves, okay, this particular anxiety or fear was always there in their particular brain. What would happen? And suddenly they would find a wild animal in front of them. This sight of an animal in front of them would immediately trigger the brain, there is a threat and you need to protect yourself. These signals immediately would start secretions of certain chemicals in the brain. And these circuits would get activated, thereby the pulse rate of the person would increase, the blood pressure would increase, the muscles would get tense, and the person would get prepared to deal with that or handle that situation of life and death. So either this particular person would fight with that animal or would run away from that animal, that is flight, or would just get freeze at a place, do nothing, so that in order to not get noticed, that is, they would get frightened or freezed. So these were the common reactions to any type of threat a human being would have in their life in the past. However, now that this particular urbanization has started and the green jungles are now converted into the concrete jungles. Okay. These emotions also evolved with time, and now in current situation, this fight as an emotion which was there in our ancestors in the past is now turned into anger. The flight is now turned into anxiety, or the fright has now turned into sadness or depression. So emotions have evolved with time. So what we have to understand from here is that these three questions which I have mentioned are having answers like, why do we get anxious? We get anxious because these are evolutionary emotions. These emotions are there in our mind. Okay, these are going to be activated whenever we get a signal that there is a threat. Okay, so is it okay to get anxious or fearful? At times, yes. It is okay to react by feeling anxious. Let's not get embarrassed by this. It's okay to get anxious. Does it help us in today's situation? Yes, it keeps our protection equipment like masks and gloves. But he's anxious and tense most of the time, feels panicky sometimes, and at home he becomes angry for trivial reasons. His sleep is disturbed and he feels the food doesn't taste good. He continuously watches WhatsApp forwards, keeps checking the news on his COVID-19 on the internet, however, hardly manages to do his work and goes to office only because his wife says that you have to go to the office. Now, these are two different scenarios. We have to look on what are the thoughts, what are the feelings, and what are the behaviors in these two scenarios. Mr. X is of concern. त्यांना काळजी वाटत आहे. On the contrary, Mr. Y is anxious and is panicked. If you look at the thoughts of Mr. X, there are thoughts of possibilities of infection. होऊ शकते, मला infection होऊ शकतं. When he is thinking in this way, here you will find that his focus is more on what are the factors under his control. He may get some worrying thoughts, however, these thoughts don't last long because he immediately makes an attempt to focus on what is under his control and what is not under his control. So he gives more importance to those things like precautions, taking the personal protection measures in the bank, coming home, washing his clothes, washing himself, and thereby looking to the news updates only for some time. On the contrary, the thoughts of Mr. Y are at a level of certainty or होणारच हे असंच होणार. There is a difference between possibility type of thinking and certainty type of thinking. What happens in certainty is the focus is more on the factors which are not under our control. Thereby, this particular person always keeps on finding something to soothe himself, calm down himself, and that person doesn't find this inside him but outside his body. Thereby, he just keeps on looking WhatsApp messages, keeps on checking the news again and again, and keeps on worrying about this infection again and again. This is the difference in the thought process. If you see the behavior, Mr. X is able to go to work, is able to work properly, following precautions, and there is limited exposure to news just to keep him updated. Mr. Y works only on insistence, hardly manages to work, is getting angry, continuously checking WhatsApp messages and news again and again. If you see here, what we are able to see is only the behavior, right? But most of the time, the other person who is surrounding us is not able to understand what is going in our mind. What are the thoughts coming in our mind? What are the feelings which are coming in our mind? The other person is only able to notice our behavior. So here, it is very important that not only for us, but also for others, when we are their friends, when we are their colleagues, when we are their family members, we should be able to find out what is going in their minds, what is the thoughts, what are the feelings going in their mind. Similarly, when you consider your own personal emotional health, you need to find out what are the thoughts and what are the emotions coming into your mind. So here we are. When we are concerned, we think at a level of possibilities. We focus on what are factors within our control. We act responsibly and take precautions, and thereby we are able to function to our maximum productivity. So concern track is what is we need to keep a watch on, that we are on or not. Second is the anxiety track. Here, our mind terribilizes things. We think at a level of certainty, no focus on what is under control, but we focus on which is other things which are not under our control and suffer behavioral disturbances. The third thing which you will be finding in this slide is about carelessness. There are some who are not at all, they are not at all on the possibility track also. They may think there is no possibility of any infection to me. Corona can't do anything to me, etc., etc. Or I'm not worried about my financial problems, or I'm not worried about anything. I have everything under my control. If such is a thought process, okay, that person will be benefited in the sense that he is not anxious. Okay, emotionally, probably you will find that the person is calm. However, that particular calmness is not going to help that person to be productive in his or her life, right? And they may tend to act irresponsibly in their behavior, where they would not wear masks, not take precautions. And if this particular irresponsible behavior continues, there are increased chances of causing problems to them, not only to them, but also to the people around them. So here you must have got the reason why I have used the word possibility when I am concerned. This particular thing, thought of possibility, keeps us alert, but not on a level of terribilization and not careless also. Okay, thereby we are emotionally stable and thereby are able to handle this particular situation, which is a common fear. We are not alone. The whole globe is going through this, and we will be able to handle this in a calm, stable way, so that we can take care of our emotional health in long term. What should I do to break this anxiety carelessness loop? Doctor Naik, give us a magic, something which you have. Sorry, I don't have anything. I don't have a magic in my hand. Have you learned cycling your bicycle or like driving your four-wheeler in a day? Never. Our mind, our brain learns things with time. We learn it with practice. And when we talk about handling our emotional health, we also need practice. Okay, so what are the steps to practice this? So it is a process, is what we have to understand. It is a learning which is everyday practicing, and thereby, what are the next steps? Let's talk about it. Thoughts, feelings, and behavior, if they are occurring in a loop, if the negativity is always in the loop, how can I break this negativity? The answer is there itself. We have to work on our thoughts and on our behaviors so that our emotions are stable. We are not anxious. First step is acceptance. This is what most of us don't like. Emotional health is not given importance in our today world. If we develop a stomach ache, we will tell our family members, "माझं पोटात दुखतंय." Family members will try some of the household measures, and thereby, if they are not making an attempt to elevate your stomach ache, you will be taken to a doctor, right? You will prefer to go into a doctor. This is about our outlook towards physical health. Why not? It should be, because we don't require this to be taught to us. Consider example of a newborn baby. What happens when the baby is hungry? The baby just cries, right? Once the baby's appetite is satisfied, the baby starts playing and thereby doesn't cry, stops crying, right? All these physical reflexes are innate, they are there in our body since long. However, we are never taught about how to think about our emotions and how to work on our emotions in our schools or colleges. That is a sad reality, but we can change it by learning it. Acceptance that as like my bone can get fractured, as like my stomach can ache, as like my legs can get injured, similarly my mind also at times can develop some sort of emotional disturbances. I may get anxious at times, I may develop sadness, I may develop irritability, I may develop some sort of sleep disturbances. That is okay. Let's learn accepting and being gentle with ourselves. Once you accept this, the second step comes is noting down my thoughts, emotions, and behavior. What is the situation when I get anxious? What is that situation when I feel sad? What is the situation when I am like feel like angry and I feel like I did had a quarrel with my friend or one of my family members? What are the thoughts coming in my mind when I'm not able to sleep at night? What is it that makes me happy? What is it that makes me feel relaxed? Find it out. Not only negative loop, but also write down what makes me energetic, what makes me excited, what makes me happy. Once you note it down, now that I have explained you the interconnections between thoughts, feelings, and behavior, try to think in that way. ये थॉट आने के बाद ये इमोशन आ गया, ये थॉट आने के बाद मेरा ऐसा बिहेवियर होता है. Just form a loop there. Learn connecting these 3 points. You will definitely get your answers about which is a positive loop, which is a negative loop, what is the time when I get positive loop, what is the time when I get negative loops. Once you note down all this, you have defined the problem, right? So this is what is problem solving. We have to first define it. Unless and until we define it, how can we work on it? Once it is defined, we have to work first on our thoughts. That is, practice a healthy thought process, a logical thought process. When I say healthy thought process, a logical thought process, what will I do is, whenever I get up in the morning, whenever I will take a brush and go in front of a mirror, I will tell myself, today I will focus on what is under my control and not on what is not under my control. What is under my control? I can brush my teeth. I can bathe myself. I can eat food. I can breathe. I can't make the rainfall, but definitely I can carry an umbrella. So here you find about what is under your control, what is not under your control. Today, this is what is my day. Today, this is how I'm going to have my schedule or my activities. In that, every time I will focus on what is under my control. I will do this every day, one day at a time. आज के दिन, today, Tuesday, this date, what will I do? Keep yourself focused on it every time. If you think you lose the focus, better that you write it down on a paper. I think it's a very nice sentence, right? Focusing on what is under my control. Put it on the mirror, the mirror which you go and visit every day. Second is thinking on the level of possibility. Possibility type of thinking is a flexible type of thinking. How the possibility thought goes, I will tell you. It would be good if I don't get infected. I would be happy that I don't acquire infection as I am following all the necessary precautions. Taking all these precautions will definitely reduce my chances of getting infected. This is what a possibility thought tells us. Here, we are not careless. Here, we are not terribilizing things. Definitely, we are calm down and focused on what I have to do today. Understand that it's okay to get anxious at times. Now that Dr. Naik has told, and now that I am be practicing since 1 month, I will be able to do this confidently, and on the 31st day, there should be no anxiety in my mind. It can happen that you may get anxious. Still tell yourself it is okay. Okay, no one is perfect, and not the one who is sitting here and talking to you. We can be perfect in certain things, but definitely we can't be perfect in everything. Plus, for those things, whatever we have followed, we may be able, that it can happen, that we may lose track, and thereby we may get anxious. Again, find out what triggered it. I will find out what triggered it. I will work on it. That's okay to get anxious at time. Okay. So this is what is acceptance and understanding yourself. Plan for your what ifs. असं झालं तर मी काय करेल? What will I do if this thing happen? Plan for it prior or today itself. Now you may think, if I will plan for this particular thing about the future, for example, what if I may get infected? What if my the schools of my children going to schools are shut down and my child has to study from home? What if I develop financial problems in future? What if I lose my job? So all these what ifs, okay, they may trigger restlessness, or they may act like they may be scary. But remember that when we are prepared with a proper plan, it actually helps us to reduce anxiety, even if for that time being it may be scary. So write down all your concerns in a diary. Write it down. Take help of other family members about what are the various possible situations which I have. Write them down and accordingly formulate a plan. Okay, once you formulate that plan in that diary, keep that diary aside in one of your cupboard. don't look it until and unless you have that situation arising in your life. Okay, why? Because we don't want to see it, and because that particular situation has not happened in our life. If at all it happens, okay, you know that this is a plan which is ready in my mind. So thereby it will always help you keeping yourself stable. What if you feel anxious? Changing our behavior. Now that we have talked about thoughts, we will be talking about how to change our behavior. First and most important thing which I would like to tell all of you is don't get embarrassed by these particular emotions in our mind. Let's learn talking about it. The more we express, okay, the more we feel good. There are certain hurdles which may prevent us from talking about our emotional health. What if that person will judge me? Will he think I'm mad? Will he think I'm weak? All these act as hurdles, and thereby we keep things with us. We don't talk about it. We don't feel comfortable talking about it. We think that we will be able to deal with it. Let's not doubt our strength. It's okay. Find yourself, give yourself some time, and see if you are able to deal with it. If you are not able to deal with it, definitely go to your colleague, go to your friend, go to your family member, and tell them this is what you are thinking, this is what you are feeling, this is what is happening with you, this is what is causing stress to you. If you think this particular family members can be not a good way, like you don't feel comfortable talking to them, there are mental health professionals like counselors, psychologists, psychiatrists who can help you how to handle this particular knot mind and help you removing these knots of complicated thoughts, complicated feelings. Okay, so let's think about our own emotional health. Second is practice relaxation. All this situation is making us restless. Remember that no two opposite emotions can go in hand in our mind. If we are anxious, sad, irritable, calming ourselves in some behavioral ways definitely will help in reducing them. So practicing relaxation. Practice relaxation prophylactically, even if you are not anxious or even if you are not restless. So what you will do is every day, at least for 15 to 20 minutes, get yourself some time to relax. What relaxation does is relaxation helps your body to calm down. The sympathetic activity, now all your pharma students and faculty, there is sympathetic activity, right? Your heart beats fast, you get tremulous, perspiration, restlessness. That is a perceived threat reacting in triggering our sympathetic activity. Okay, when we relax, we calm down our sympathetic activity. We tell our amygdala center in our brain, Bhaiya, all is well. Okay, when we tell him, thereby our anxiety goes down. So we give a emotion of relaxation to amygdala, and thereby the anxiety emotion goes down. Again, if you will do this every day, after a month, you will find that your anxiety getting calmed down, and you are much more relaxed. So how to start it? Just with a simple deep breathing exercise. A very simple exercise whereby you take a deep breath in your chest, whereby your lungs inflate to the maximum of their capacity. Right? So you hold it, then you exhale it slowly, and then you again hold it. How to go for it? Remember the formula 6, 4, 4, 2. 6, 4, 4, 2. 6, 4, 4, 2. 6 is the inhalation. I will inhale slowly to the count of 6. Hold it. Exhale. Hold it. Inhale. Again 6. So this is what is called as slow inhalation, slow exhalation, slow breathing. The magic is, remember what happens here. You just breathe fast for 5 minutes. What will happen is your heart rate will also increase, because our heart rate and our breathing rate are connected to each other. So when we calm down our breathing rate, automatically our heart rate also calms down. That is nothing but calming down our sympathetic activity in our body. Okay, so breathing or relaxation at least for 15 to 20 minutes. The time which I'm telling is also equally important. Okay, I don't think this is a very big time which we can all fall short. It's important for us. So practice at least in the morning or in the afternoon whenever you get time. Third is limit your social media use to only that much time so that you can keep yourself updated. Frequent exposures will just be acting as triggers to your anxiety, and that particular triggers may be without your conscious knowledge also. And this unconscious triggers further lands up into a sudden panic attacks in future. And then we come to a doctor or any of the health professional saying that कालपासूनच मला panic व्हायला लागले, ह्याच्या आधी मी एकदम बरा होतो. This doesn't happen. It with times triggers, and thereby it builds up, leading to a panic in future. So avoid these triggers. Okay, use social media only for limited time and decide that time prior to your start of the day. Remember that you also have a non-corona life to spend and enjoy too. Third is sleep at least for 7 hours and follow this regular routine, preferably between 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. This is the time when our circadian rhythm, which is a normal, natural rhythm in our brain, actually trains us and gives us that chemicals which help us to go to sleep. We pass through 5 stages of sleep which give us a comfortable, refreshing sleep, and when we get up in the morning, we are much more relaxed. We feel much more calm down. So when we follow this particular cycle of our brain, we tend to get good sleep, more refreshing sleep, and a good quality of sleep. Okay, so preferably I'm not against Netflix and Prime Video, but use that particular Netflix or Prime videos during your daytime and prior to 11 p.m. at least half hour prior, only till half hour prior to your bedtime. Okay, then do regular exercises which you can do indoors. Okay, there are a lot of YouTube videos available, yoga asanas, pranayamas, okay, or any type of moderate exercise which will increase your heart rate by at least 20 beats per minute can be done at home. Doing it at home helps in relaxing your body and increasing the chemicals called as endorphins in your brain. These endorphins do have a feel-good effect and you tend to feel good. Follow a routine even during your stay at home. Prepare your routine a day prior itself. This will help you in reducing your frustration. Spend quality time with your family. Go for certain hobbies. Okay, focus on activities which were postponed till date, and thereby limit your substance use so that you will not develop problems because of their substance use in future. Substances can reduce your anxiety for time being. However, in long term, they may cause problems. You all must be thinking that how easy is it for a doctor to just talk about this, just sitting in a room. Friends, this is me, and I am working in COVID ward since last 3 months. I would like to share my story with you. First, when I was told that doctor, you have to work in this COVID ward, I was also anxious. Okay, the first thought which came into my mind is, how is it that I am now going to handle this situation? What if I get infected and I carry this infection at home? This particular thought did give me some sleepless nights. However, whatever things I told you right now is what I did practice. And today I can tell you that even though I am working in the ward since last 3 months, till today, at least till today, I have not acquired any infection and neither of my family members. Okay, I know that I am following precautions, okay, and that I keep myself reminding every day. I don't know about future. What I know is what is under my control today. So I am doing it and following the same thing one day at a time every day. Right? This is what I am doing. I would also like to tell you that some of my colleagues did get infected. However, they got themselves treated, they were quarantined, and they are now again on their feet back again to help people. So even if people are getting infected, they are recovering. Okay, and this is what is, we have to understand that gradually we are marching from uncertainty towards facts. We are coming to know about this virus. We are making an attempt to find solutions to the problems. We have collected enough knowledge about the virus, the vulnerable population, how to help that vulnerable population, what all medicines can be used. You all being in pharmacy faculty, you all know what the status of vaccines are there in the country. We all know things are going to take time, okay, but we definitely have collected certain facts, and yes, these are going to be slow. Let's accept this slowness in this progress and keep ourselves comfortable every day, so that today's particular situation should not be causing problems for us in future. So to summarize, let's be concerned, not careless or anxious. Keep following precautions. That is what is under our control at this moment. Practice relaxation every day. Do necessary behavioral changes to avoid triggering anxiety. Here, you can, if you want to go for Corona updates, go for certain authenticated sites like World Health Organization, Center for Disease Control, CDC, or Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in India. Go to these websites, you will get authenticate information about this particular situation today. So even if you are anxious or sad, that is okay. Let's talk about it to your near and dear ones. Don't neglect or just stay home. Alternatively, you can seek help from mental health professionals. Remember, every pandemic has an end. How we handle the situation today is important for our long-term psychological health. So come on, let's be hopeful, let's face and talk about our mental health. Thank you. Feedbacks are highly appreciated. You all can send me feedbacks on this email address of mine. Thanks a lot for your kind attention. Over to you, Dr. Ganesh. Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
First of all, I would like to say, Dr. Naik, sir, that was really a fabulously, presented session. This our kids and our students required such kind of, uh, uh, suggestions and guidance. So I see one question from Mr. Dhruvin Kapadia. He's asking that how does checking the news and statistics related to COVID-19 again and again affects the mental health of a person?
Thank you for the question, Mr. Dhruvin. See, as I have already explained, that whenever we do a particular behavior, it triggers thoughts in our mind. when we do a particular activity, for example, now that is checking about a particular thing again and again, right? When we do it again and again, subconsciously a thought of anxiety is triggered. When you trigger that thought, you don't know that that particular thought is triggered. That particular thought does develop a emotion of restlessness in you. However, when you stop looking at particular news, again, probably you may be comfortable. But if you do it again and again, this particular circuit is triggered again and again. And thereby, you tend to tell unconsciously to your brain that this is what is a threat. Thereby, this threat leads to making you restless. Even if you are at home, you are following all your precautions, it tends to make you restless. So, this is how it will affect your anxiety and thereby your behavior. If you will remember my loop, which I have told you. Okay, so this is how. See, when you talk about stress, stress is just a word under which this particular changes in the thoughts, emotions, and behavior come, and any changes in these thoughts, emotions, and behavior which are in a negative way are nothing but simple definition of stress. Okay, so stress can be anxiety for some people, stress can be sadness for some people, stress can be just being angry or irritated for some people.
Yes, so I hope Dhruvin got the answer. He's asking one more question. Do you consider depression, anxiety as a bigger pandemic than COVID 19?
It's too early to comment on it. However, I don't want to start that anxiety thought in everyone's mind. Okay? But today, we mental health professionals are working on it that we pass this message now that today's webinar. I'm making an effort to pass this message to understand yourself, right? To understand your emotions and your emotional health. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Sorry, I thought I lost the connection. Okay.
No, you are.
So that we are working on it. Definitely, we can be hopeful that with time, with availability of all this internet and this spread of availability of this knowledge, we will be able to handle ourselves. Yes, there are chances if we are not able to handle this in a healthy way, and thereby there may be development of anxiety and depressive disorders in future. But I am quite hopeful that this will not be at least at a level of pandemic.
Okay. So we have one more question by Sugandha Mulgund. She's asking how to maintain the mental health of children of adolescent age and how do we counsel them?
Any specific scenario you want to tell me?
She has just mentioned that how to just maintain the mental health of children and how to counsel them.
So when we talk about children, right? So there are two age groups. One is below 12 years, or like we call it as the children, and then there is about 12 years or 13 years is adolescents. Okay. When we talk about these two age groups, okay, there is difference in how to handle them. When you talk about children, okay, and these current scenarios, okay, really parents are concerned, how do we talk about this to our children, okay, but thereby just not telling them about this is actually is going to cause more curiosity in them, and thereby this is not going to help us. Okay, they will continuously keep on poking you, or they may find out their own ways of finding really what is going around. So better that as a parent of a child who is less than 12-year-old, we explain them this in what they really understand. Okay, this is a completely different counseling strategy, but here I will tell you certain things which can be used. See, there are comic books available, right? So children are used to this particular comic books, that what is good, what is bad, right? So if these particular strategies are used and thereby they are told about that this is what is currently not good for us. Okay, this is what we have to do to prevent this particular thing happening to us. Okay, then these children can understand it. Okay, one. Second is, as I am now telling you to express yourself. Similarly, we also need to teach our children to express themselves. This is what we generally don't do. We don't validate their feelings. Okay, a child comes to us and just says, "Ai mala tani marlo," right? So first reaction, which as a mother or a father, what we generally give to any child is, "अरे तूच पहिल्यांदा काहीतरी सुरू केलं असणार." Right? Or तू का नेहमी भांडतो सगळ्यांशी? Right? This is the reaction generally as a parents we generally give to our children. Okay? What if we just talk to the child saying that, "अरे मला ना आता असं दिसतंय की तुला खूप राग आलेला आहे बरं का." What is this? This is just validating their emotions. Just telling them that I have really understood what is going in your mind. Rather than judging it if it is right or wrong, just making them understand, yes, I have understood that you are angry. This is validation. Okay, so if they are anxious, if someone comes to you, "यो कोरोना काय आहे मला माहित नाही आहे," right? You can say, "I know that you are concerned. मला कळतंय की तुला ते माहित नाही काय आहे आणि तुला त्याची चिंता वाटत आहे. चालेल, मी तुला सांगेल." You can definitely validate them and try to explain them in their own way. Secondly, you can play certain games with them. As I told you, follow a schedule, right? So follow a schedule of playing games with them. Spend quality time with them. Okay, there can be use of certain puzzles whereby this corona situation can be taken in a humorous way, whereby this particular humor will act as a interesting thing for them, and you can also teach them about corona in that particular situation. Okay, so these are various things which you can use to handle a child less than 12 years old. Similarly, when you talk about adolescents, they are more in a mature stage to understand this. Okay, so to these adolescent children, again the same strategies. However, here you can explain to them in more mature way. Finally, the concept is same. It just depends upon the age group, okay, and the way a particular skill to that particular age group has to be followed.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. One more question by Raja Majumdar is asking, during this COVID-19 pandemic situation, how will you defend the situation when someone wants to become friendly, but because of precautionary measures for getting infected sometimes make feels that maybe the way of behavior hurt him or her? This was the big question asked by him.
Okay. See, there is something called as assertive communication. There are communication styles, right? We can be aggressive in our communication. We can be very passive in our communication, and we can be assertive. So I'll just give you an example. In aggressive communication, there is increase in our tone, and we immediately say like no, etc., etc. We get angry to someone. In passive, we just don't talk about it, just listen, and thereby just keep on thinking on it without replying anything about it, anything to it. And in assertive communication, we thereby make an attempt to explain the other person in a cool, calm, and confident way. C, three C's. Cool, calm, confident way. So when you explain this to the other person, you start your sentences as, "I do respect your feelings of being friendly with me. I do know that this particular feelings can be there in your mind. However, in considering the today's situation, we have to follow certain precautions, certain behaviors, which will not affect us, not also you and not also me." Explaining this in this way will make the other person also comfortable. Here, you don't harm the emotional state of the other person. Here I say cool, calm, and confident way. You explain the other person in a nice way so that you don't hurt their emotions. At the same time, you are also firm about talking what you actually think and which is good and logical in that particular situation.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. One more question by our student. She's Mehalaka Patel. She's from second year B Farm. She's asking, everyone's sleep cycle is disturbed due to this quarantine. Can you please tell us, sir, some tips to fall asleep faster at night and get rid of insomnia?
Okay. Now, as I already mentioned, we have to follow a routine. Decide that when are you going to sleep? Is it between 11 p.m. to 7 p.m., 11 p.m. to 6 a.m., 12 p.m. to 7 a.m., 12 a.m. to 7 a.m., whatever is your sleep, you have to first decide a sleeping time and a waking time. This is the first thing. Second thing is you have to follow the same routine every day, even on Saturday, Sundays. Now that we are all are at home, every day is Sunday for us, but still you have to follow it every day. Third is, now that you have, let's say you have planned to go to sleep at 11 p.m. You will stop all your mobile use on your laptop, TV from from 10:30 p.m. You will not use them because the more you use them, that particular light enters our eyes and keeps us awake, keeps us stimulated. The hormone called melatonin doesn't get secreted. Thereby, we don't get sleep. Once you shut down all this, you go to bed at 10:45. Ensure that your room is completely dark and you make an attempt to fall asleep. If you go to sleep and you find that you are not able to go to sleep for at least half hour, get up from your bed, come out, sit in a drawing room, or if you don't have a drawing room, get out of your bed, sit on a chair in dark, okay, and just close your eyes. What will happen is after some time you will start getting dozed. Once you start getting dozed, get up and then again go to your bed. Again, if you find you're not able to sleep, get up, sit on a chair or in a drawing room, again close your eyes till that time that you're not getting a feeling of sleepiness. Go to bed only if you are feeling asleep. What happens is, I will tell you, if you are not able to sleep, for example, say 3 a.m. in the morning, and as I told you, you have to get up at 6 a.m., right? So now that you have decided to go to sleep at 11 p.m. and get up at 6 a.m., your sleep you had decided is 7 hours, but you actually sleep only for 3 hours. These 4 hours which you don't sleep is taken by your brain as a depth. Depth matlab karza. So what happens is when during the next night, when you go to sleep, this 4 hours depth, which is already there in your mind, acts as a pressure to help you sleep and go to more deep stages of your sleep. So, थोड़ा सा तकलीफ होगा initially, लेकिन just follow a proper bedtime and a proper rising time. You will find that gradually your cycle is getting stabilized. Second is adequate food at night. Okay, you should not be hungry at night, and thereby you should not be having hunger contractions also, which will disturb your sleep. Okay, this will prevent you getting up frequently from night. So have adequate food at night. Good that if you will follow drinking milk with sugars. If you eat sugars at night, they help you tend to sleep in a better way. In the morning time or in the afternoon time, at least 15 to 20 minutes of exercises, physical exercises, which helps your body to get fatigued and helps in good refreshing sleep. Avoid afternoon naps. Don't take afternoon naps if you are having insomnia problem. Don't have afternoon naps. Don't use tea, coffee, nicotine, or any other substances after 6 p.m. in the evening, or at least 4 hours prior to your bedtime. For example, if you are planning to sleep at 11 p.m., you will not take this particular nicotine or any type of coffee or tea because these are stimulants to your brain. They will disturb your sleep. Don't take it after 7 p.m. Okay, you can take them in the morning time or in the afternoon time. Following all these behavioral techniques will help you getting good sleep and thereby will help you solve your problems of insomnia. Ensure that your room is dark, comfortable, the bed is comfortable, there are no unwanted sounds going around, and there are no disturbances. All these techniques, if you follow, you'll have a good, comfortable sleep. But remember, it will take time. Again, it's not a one-day thing. You have to practice it every day.
Okay, thank you, sir. We are going with the short of time. Just only one question I will ask because there are so many questions here in chat window. Um, Another important, I feel that what are some suggestions that we can follow if someone is having an anxiety attack? This is asked by Navya Rao.
Anxiety attack or a panic attack, right? Which I discussed. Okay. Remember that something must have triggered. Okay. So learn that now that particular trigger is what we have to avoid. At that particular time, okay, avoid that particular thing and just sit on a sofa or a chair, close your eyes and just make an attempt to go for deep breathing, which I just explained. Once you go for it, in that particular 10 minutes, you'll find that this panic attack goes down. Any panic attack, to my experience of psychiatry in 9 years, doesn't last for more than 15 to 20 minutes. 20 minutes is the maximum time. That much time is what you have to handle yourself and thereby prevent or will handle that particular panic attack, and thereby every day, even if you didn't get a panic attack, still as I mentioned, every morning to practice relaxation for at least 15 to 20 minutes. This will help you in taking control of your anxiety. One more thing that I would like to add here is, which I haven't mentioned, is there are certain medicines available for treatment. If you develop a panic disorder, you develop a depressive disorder, or you develop insomnia disorder, which is not getting controlled with proper behavioral techniques or this particular working on yourself, definitely you can ask for help. These medicines are very good. There are new generation of it. Now you all are pharma students. I don't want you to tell you all this in detail. There are newer antidepressants, anti-anxiety medicines available, which calm down, increase the serotonin chemical in your brain, calm yourself down, and thereby help you reducing your anxiety. Again, they are not habit-causing drugs, as most of they are propagated as, and the newer medicines are also not sedatives, as like the old generation antidepressants in the past. So all these things is what we have to just keep in our mind, find where we are in that particular state of whether stress or disorder, and thereby handle it either by talking to someone or if required, medicines also can be helpful.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I hope you have satisfied all the participants. Um, Now I will hand over the session to Dr. Ganesh, sir.
As I would say, this is a personal experience that what a person likes preferring going for the time to study. Okay, most of them do study at night. Okay, because I think the environment is more calm down around. Okay, some do find it comfortable studying in the morning time. Okay, but if the question specifically says what is the best time, there is nothing called as best time. Okay, whatever is the comfortable time you think for yourself, okay, is helping you since long, do follow that time. Okay, remember that when you are studying for an exam, during that particular time only we tend to study by sacrificing our sleep, right? So that particular change may be adjustable, because at that time that some sort of good concerns do come into our mind, now that I have to prepare for this exam. So that drives us to prepare, and that particular sacrifice of sleep is okay. But prior to that, if you will ask me, if you are able to study in the morning times, okay, like after having a refreshing sleep, during the day, if you are able to study, if you are getting time to study, prefer during the day. During your exams, you can prefer studying at night also. Okay, it's not that you can't study at night, and that definitely drives you to a study, because you know that you have a paper tomorrow and you have to study. But so my the question to this, the answer to this question is, when you don't have your exams, better try to study in the morning during the whole day. When you have your exams, you can preferably, if you think आपका study नहीं हुआ है, you can extend your time at the night also. But there is no such best time. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Dr. Ganesh, just sorry to interrupt you. I was just looking at the questions in the chat box, and I think I need to answer one question. Just give me some 5 minutes time. Okay, I will just see that. I will just say the question. If someone is developing suicidal tendencies due to current situation like lockdown, quarantine, financial problems, as a friend, how do we help them? I really thank you for this question, and I sorry I missed this question. Okay, maybe yes, because of the time we missed it, but this is very important question in today's scenario. What you have to do in this particular situation as a friend is just sit beside that friend. Don't at all gyan do. One of my senior doctor, okay, Dr. Mohan Agase sir says that gyan mat do, dhyan do. Just give them help. Most of the time we do talk to them saying that हे विचार जे येतात ना हे असेच असतात, तू काही वीक नाही आहे, चल मूवीला जाऊ, होऊन जाईल सगळं बरं. ओके, सो डोंट underestimate it. Okay, don't make them feel that they're not listened. Just listen to them. Okay, just tell them that I'm there with you. Okay, I'm understanding you. Okay, tell them how can I help, ask them how can I help you. Okay, what are the various solutions we can think of? You can tell me. I probably may not be having this particular answer to this particular problem which you have, but I am there to listen to you. Don't ever make an attempt to solve also. Okay, just hear it out. Okay, and thereby you can help them to talk to certain experts. having a suicidal idea in a mind, let's not neglect it. Okay, talk to experts in this field. As I already mentioned, counselors, psychologists, psychiatrists, they're experts in this field. Talk to them. Okay, they will really understand what their particular situation is, and thereby will be able to handle them in a more effective way. But as a friend, you all do definitely have a role here. That is, I will say, the first important role. Just give importance to them. ध्यान दो सिर्फ, okay? Just take care of it and help them how to approach or how to find that track to seek help to that particular thing which they are really suffering from. Okay, I think I have answered this question. Thank you. Thank you for your time.